Hello, everybody, and welcome to Left Hand, Right Brain. I hope this podcast finds you well, and I hope this podcast is recording. I'm doing it from my backyard because I spent all day mowing it. Because I don't know if you are in Colorado where you're watching or listening to this from. It's been raining like crazy the last 2 months, and yard grows. I hadn't mowed it in about a month, so it had a lot. Took me all day, but as you can see, this is what it looks like. My wife's garden here, very nice. If you're listening, you're really missing out. But I hope you're enjoying the experience just the same, I guess. So welcome to Left Hand, Right Brain. Did I already say that? Well, I know I said every podcast, but I say it because I really mean it. For all your likes and subscribes, your rates and reviews, appreciate. And if you like what you're hearing on this Left Hand, Right Brain podcast, you will probably like all the other podcasts under the LHRB banner, such as Los Chupacabros, Let's Get Drunk and Talk About Your Wedding, Help Me, I'm Scared with Jen and Mel. Los Chupacabros is not happening, but as you probably already know because you clicked on it, this week's guest is with Chupacabro Andres Becerril, but I'm getting ahead of myself. You can find any of those podcasts in the backlogs of all the Left Hand, Right Brains, the JD Joes, all those things. Anything LHRB related you could find wherever you get podcasts or by going to lefthandrightbrainpod.com. Still working on some malware issues. It costs money to get this malware taken care of. So $100, and they said it's going to take 7 days. So working on it. I want to just do a whole new website. So once it's back up, it's going to be worth the wait, I think. I hope, dear listener. So I keep looking over because I got my monitor off to the side here. I hope it's working because it's off the Wi-Fi in the house. Wi-Fi's in the house. I'm outside. That's what I was hoping it's going to record. I decided to be fun. Maximize the visual medium we got going here. And this podcast is part of Mile High Life, your source for the dopest podcasts in and around Denver, Colorado. We got a plethora of podcasts, such as Did That Age Well with Molly Smith. We got a Happy Friday with the DCPC boys and John of All Trades. We got the Vic Lombardi Show. We got it all. You can find all those podcasts wherever you get podcasts or by going to milehighlife.com. Okay, that brings me to this week's podcast, which is with, as I've already stated, returning guest, LHRB All-Star, Los Chupacabro, Andres Becerril, the Union Man himself. One of my best podcast pals. We've been doing comedy here in Denver, started around the same time. I remember old Matt Wayman at the Blue Bonnet open mic way back in the day, putting up this up-and-comer, this new kid on the scene, Andres Becerril. And after my set, he was getting a bunch of laughs, and Matt Wayman came up to me in the back, and he goes, they call him the new JD Lopez. And that stuck with me. It was just a fun joke. So I think about that every time I see Andreas on stage. But no, we're completely different people. Our senses of humor are very different. He's a great comic, great guy. He's been hosting at Comedy Works a lot. He's, got his new job working with the union. So we talk about that a lot. Just one of my best friends to come from doing comedy here in Denver. So you know how we do. I'll let you listen to the podcast. I'm done with the intro. Let's get to this week's LHRB podcast, part of Mile High Life, produced by Left Hand, Right Brain Productions.
Now we're recording. Okay.
We got a cool shot here. I feel like this one's...
Do I look good?
I think you do, buddy. I think you look good.
Thanks, man.
Just going to get a little tighter here.
Yeah, get a little tighter, too.
Yeah.
You
wish
look
you could
good.
see it. I wish you could see it.
I've been meaning to tell you look good.
Thank you.
You've been working out.
Dude, I've been working out like crazy.
I can tell now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What is it?
When
like
did
my
I start
shoulders
telling?
or what?
Yeah,
or like,
yeah.
What's popping?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
You got a more cartoonish shape of someone that works out.
Okay, well, there we go.
Dynamic.
You know, I am able to do like 4 pull-ups now
At least in comparison.
to what I was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also,
well,
the long
I'll take
hair.
it.
It's all
I'll
coming
take it.
together.
I'll take it.
I didn't know what you were going for.
The kimonos are really bringing it together. Huh?
Yeah. Well, now the kimono makes a little more sense. Now that the hair's a little longer.
Okay.
For a while, I was just like, he's got a dartboard somewhere. Yeah. There's a dartboard with all sorts of cool accessories, and you just close your eyes every day and throw 3 of them. And then you're like, all right, cool. Kimono.
No, dude. Kimono man fashion is in, dude.
Chain, glasses.
Everybody's talking about.
That one piece you need this summer that you probably don't have in your wardrobe? A kimono.
A kimono. Dude, and I've been on that shit since last year, bro. This guy's late to the game. This is
shit's so stupid.
This is a.
You need this summer that
That's a fashion influencer.
That's a fashion TikToker.
that one piece you need this summer that you probably don't have in your
I love it. Just a cholo with a lisp.
Eric Wirtz. Everyone should follow him. He's got some great fashion. He's very fashionable. I mean, like he wears some high end stuff. You know, he's got a whole look.
Yeah.
He wears cowboy boots.
tell.
He's got hats. Yeah, and some of them are a little more casual. You know, some guys are a little more casual. I can't find.
There's one guy I follow. I don't follow
This guy.
him.
I'm in a Navy mood today. Let's get dressed.
I don't care
Today
for
we're
him.
keeping it simple. I kind of
This guy at Devon on deck. He's a little more casual, like
Okay.
streetwear.
I'm gonna start doing it too.
Yeah, dude, you should start following these
But
guys.
it's gonna be the same thing every time. Black pants, band shirt, Vans. Like
You're gonna be.
I've got a wedding tonight. Let's get dressed.
Oh yeah, that's good.
You know, and
That's
then
good.
they're like
That's a sketch, dude. We could do
black
that sketch.
Vans. Yeah.
We could do that sketch with these cameras.
Oh, I'd be down.
Yeah,
Not tonight.
I'm trying to get
but,
fashion influence in now.
and I'm trying to get into sketch comedy. Why not? 2 birds, 1 stone.
Yeah, dude, we can call it a Los Chupacabros production.
Oh, that's good.
Los Bros production.
How do we get Pat involved?
He's about to have a second kid.
I know. He's talking to me about girl names.
He asked me too.
Yeah,
Is he
I'm
talking-
assuming he's asking everyone.
Okay, yeah, he's a.
Like, I don't feel special. Thank you for still asking me, Patrick, but I also know you probably asked like 20 people at least. I was not on the short list of people you're asking that.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was special. I still call him, at least once a week.
I see him at least once a week
You see him?
at Mike's and stuff.
Okay, yeah. Well, I've been working evenings lately, so I don't
Yes.
have like Thursday, Friday, Saturday off.
Yeah. So you gotta get out, man.
I know, dude. I know. It's been eating at me.
Yeah.
But
I die when I'm on trips for work, you know?
yeah, you've been kind of out as well. You've been
Yeah.
going for your union work.
Yes. Yeah.
They've been sending you to Vegas, huh?
yeah.
That
West
doesn't
Coast.
sound like you're in the mob.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah. Sending me into Uniontown, USA for sure. Don't mind it. Do love it.
Dude, I think I'm a union man now. I mean, I've been working back at the Accessoride. I'm part of a union.
Perfect.
And whenever anybody asks me, I'm like, I'm a union man.
It's
But
fun
I
to
think
say, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is very fun. Although I think it means something different to different people. Like older people are like, well, you got to start wearing a certain type of shirt or something. Like they were saying I had to wear Levi's or something. I don't know what the
Oh,
fuck this-
union, union
Like a-
stuff.
Yeah, what is that?
Yeah, like an American car that's union and stuff like that. You know, so if you follow enough like Instagram pages, which Instagram not
I mean,
union,
you saw I'm just following fashion guys.
but I follow some of union pages, and like most of them will post periodically, especially during holiday seasons and stuff. Like, hey, celebrating 4th of July, celebrate union, and then it'll have a list of all sorts of products that are made by unions.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That have union contracts, you know.
Okay,
So,
gotcha.
you know, which hot dogs are made by union shops, and which buns are made by union shops and stuff like that.
Oh, interesting.
So I do
Dude.
try to shop like that. I think about that a little bit more.
I've been thinking more
obviously.
about made in America, and I know that's
Well, definitely, if you shop union, you're shopping American.
yeah, and that's what
So-
we're not trying to get right wing about anything, but I do think it's important to
Yeah.
support stuff here in the States.
I think
I'm a nationalist. I'm going to say it. I'm a nationalist.
I don't know.
I mean, that has a bad connotation now. It
yeah,
has a very but I mean, it just means I'm pro things that are in America.
yeah.
I'm taking it back. Nationalism.
Oh, no. I don't know if this is the pod.
No, I'm just joking. I mean, yeah, I
know what you mean.
I kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. The camera's bothering you at all?
Do they?
I don't know. Do you? I think the last person
Do
I
I
had was
feel
a little
natural? I
nervous.
felt natural.
Yeah, you look natural.
Now you got me
look
staring at
relaxed. No, it's good.
Am I on this one or am I on this one?
Well, they're
This
all
one,
recording
this
at
one,
once,
This
so-
one, this one, this one, this one, this
God,
one.
that's gonna be a shit to edit later.
Yeah, you're fucking welcome.
I'm just gonna keep it on me half the time. I think.
I'm surprised it's only half the time.
You have
You vain son of a bitch.
Oh well, I think all comics are vain. Okay. I don't take insult to that because I think all comics are vain. Really.
I agree.
Thank you, especially if you have a podcast.
No.
Yes, you're like, listen to me talk.
No, I just didn't want to do. When I've been on podcasts, it's because I know you have to do something besides your stand-up. You know, everybody has to like be fucking doing sketches or part of a troupe or a group or a show or this or that. And to me, podcasts have always been the fucking easiest thing. Like all you really need is one microphone, bare minimum, right?
Yeah.
Hell, people do podcasts on their iPhone now.
People do podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get an extension for that.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good microphone.
Yeah. Some people just literally just straight up record on their recording app and put that off to the internet.
Yeah. Yeah, you could do that.
I know
That's what
you
Broadcast
have the
Geeks
high-end
did
stuff.
for a long time. Yeah, I've been investing.
Yes,
I've been investing.
and that's fine. But like, you need that, and some people, and you can just record it. Literally, some people just are like, it's just me today, like every episode, and that's fucking nuts to me. But like to me, like you find one person that you get along with that you can settle down for an hour and a half, you know, start to finish, boom, and then you fix it up a little bit, put the song at the beginning,
it up a little bit,
and then send it off.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, yeah.
I think if it's got a cool name, always works.
Yeah, which
Shout
you were
out.
talking about having.
Joke and Destroy.
Yeah, it's a cool name.
Yeah, it was pretty sick.
You come up with it?
Yeah, I did.
Nice.
Yeah, we were drinking at a bar and it hit me.
Yeah.
Like it
Well, we
does.
did a Joke and Destroy show in Trinidad for the festival.
We did. You're welcome.
Yeah, dude, you were totally on me to drink that night. After
Yeah.
the show, you're like, come on, have some drinks.
Yeah, we were in
Dude, so much so
Trinidad.
even your girlfriend was like, take it easy,
Yeah,
pal.
yeah. What's funny is right now, I'm sober. Have not been drinking.
Like right now.
Yeah, right now. Like in general, like I'm just like not drinking.
Hey, it feels
currently.
good, don't it? So I think maybe I had a
no.
positive influence on
I
you.
don't give
huh?
a shit. I really don't.
You don't?
I
Then why
don't.
drink?
Well,
Because you can't feel good when you drink.
I feel bad
But
after.
like after, yeah.
I feel great during.
Yeah.
But I'm always just so busy, and like I'm always too busy that the next day just sucks, no matter what. Because I'm never.
Because you go
off.
hard.
Well,
It's not
I
just
do-
like one drink and you're done.
Oh, I can do one drink, but I
Yeah,
don't
but
see
you
the
don't
point.
do
I'd
that.
rather just not drink at all.
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
how I usually roll. Either
Yeah.
I'm drinking a ton or I'm not drinking. Period.
Yeah.
And right now
It's
I'm not
addict
drinking.
behavior.
Period. It's
Yeah.
like whatever.
Okay.
You know, I might like every now once in a while, I'll be like, oh yeah, I'll have a beer with my dinner.
Okay.
And that's if I'm like at a restaurant or so, you know.
What restaurant are you getting a beer with the dinner at? Out of
Anywhere
curiosity.
Sarah takes me that she's like been wanting to go.
What was the last date night you had? Where'd you go?
We're so fucking dude. We've been so busy, but
Due.
we used to go on nights, like fancy date nights.
Yeah, you know, just, that's how relationships go.
Yeah, but we've just been fucking. I've been busy more than anything, so I feel terrible. But we used to like go into like where I always remember American Elm because somebody recently got fucking murdered there.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Is
but
that off of like 38th Avenue?
I think so.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
Wadsworthy?
we also she really likes and I really like that sushi place by Ratio. What's it called? I don't know where all these names are referred to me today, but I just don't have them. But there's a sushi place that's really popular. It's pretty expensive. We go for the happy hour usually.
Is it the one where it's like the rotating carousel?
No, not like a sushi train. Like this is what the fuck? I don't know. If I
You like
find it-
sushi, huh?
I love fucking.
I get the basic
sushi.
shit when I go for sushi.
Oh,
Like
man, I'm down to try it all.
getting like a fucking nigiri.
You're like, give me a California roll.
Dude, I would take I wouldn't put my nose up to a California roll.
I smash California
I'm getting
rolls.
I'm getting salmon rolls. I'm getting the
Yeah.
shrimp tempura
Yeah,
Philly roll.
yeah.
That's even more white trash than a fucking.
Sarah definitely probably does like kind of sniff at me when I get those. Like she'll eat them too, but she's like, "Come on, man,
But those are the best.
we're here. Like, act like you've been here before. Like we can do that on a endless
Yeah, if I
sushi
do-
katsu night.
if
you
I do
know?
sushi, I mean, what's the comedy lounge,
Uh-huh.
which is like next
Yeah.
in a sushi bar? I'll just get fucking 3 things of shrimp tempura, dude.
Sick.
That's all I want.
Speaking of, I'll be there. Is this gonna be out by Saturday?
No, it'll be
Okay.
out in a week or two. I'm trying
Well,
to batch all my things.
If
now
you
in
guys
one-
see me, I was sat. If you went to that
You did
sake
well.
lounge, I was there and I
Nice.
crushed.
I'm sure you
It's
did.
me just putting that out in
Are
the
you gonna
future.
drink a lot of sake, or are you gonna
No, I'm not
hold
gonna drink.
it off?
So I told myself I was gonna drink until 4th of July.
Okay.
But I have my Comedy Works competition, which you
Faces.
did
Yeah.
last
I did mine
night.
last night. Thanks, Nuggets. No one was there. I swear to God, it was like 15 people,
Yeah.
and one lady brought them all. And she was one of the winners.
Yeah.
I don't know who she is.
I think that competition always has a couple nights like that.
Oh, okay.
And I don't think, you not winning is a reflection of
No,
you.
no.
I think
I got fucking check dropped during my set.
well, Yeah.
That sucked.
Yeah, there's a lot of,
I was last.
there's so many different things that go on during that
Yeah,
show.
yeah, a lot of moving parts.
But I will say, I don't think anyone who's ever won it didn't deserve it.
Sure.
I think it all evens out at the end.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's always casualties, but I think whoever wins it is usually very well deserving of it.
Yeah, I think I'm going to the Ben Roy route where you just don't really win any competition. Although I think he won that competition, didn't he?
I don't know. I haven't been around that long.
Yeah, well, yeah, he was already out of the
He had
competition.
he had a TV
thought
show.
what I was thinking is he didn't he doesn't have all the late night spots like the other Grolix guys do.
But none of them have a fucking sweet band.
That's true. You know, there's this give and take.
None of them fucking rule at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
I think he just got his brown belt.
Yeah.
BJJ. Yeah.
So yeah.
Which he could definitely beat me now.
Like if I like, okay, who do I want in a fight? Ben
Me
Roy
or
on
Ben
my
Roy?
side. Yeah, Ben Roy.
Dude, I would fight way harder for you than Ben Roy because
Yeah,
I love you, bro.
but I think he would
Ben
fight.
Roy doesn't give a fuck about you.
I think he would fight way
Not like
better
me.
though.
No way, dude. You want my heart?
Do you
I'm
have a brown
Rocky.
belt?
No, I have a blue belt
How many lower is that too?
too.
Yeah. I'm surprised I knew that.
Well, congratulations.
Was it white, yellow, red?
No. In
White.
jiu-jitsu, it's white, and then you get 4
Little
stripes on your belt. He goes white, blue, purple, brown, black.
Okay. Where's the red?
No red in jiu-jitsu.
Red is so cool though.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's a pretty cool looking belt.
Sure.
Have you never had a red belt?
I have had a red belt.
Felt pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not as cool as green.
Green also looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Depends on what you're wearing.
Purple
though.
belt was cool.
I think black and green doesn't look that great. Like black gi and green belt, but I think white gi green belt looks pretty sick, and I think black gi red belt.
See, you're
looks
already thinking fashion.
super dope.
You're into fashion now.
I've been into fashion, but also my fashion is just really toned down.
Yeah,
It's very
like
subtle.
black
I believe
and white.
a lot of black and gray more than anything. And I do believe in like
What is white?
a signature
Or
piece.
What is
somewhere.
gray if not just white mixed with black? Black
I think
mixed white?
one accessory is plenty.
No, dude, they're all about accessories. On
I
this
know
thing.
the world's all about accessories.
Yeah,
now.
that's why I got this chain now.
But,
Got it from my
like-
grandpa. I'm thinking about getting a watch. I
You
would
have a
love to-
watch? You gotta
I-
get your watch game up.
I don't
Even I
have
have
a watch.
watches. I'm a watch guy usually.
I like gauntlets.
So when I want to
have
feel
leather
nice,
gauntlets.
I have this really nice gaudy
have
watch with the Virgin Mary on it. I was about to give you a bunch of grief for doing visuals on a podcast, but I forgot you have these fucking cameras. Just for the record, JD Lopez.
I have a watch
has-
that's a gauntlet,
that's pretty
leather watch gauntlet, huh?
a gauntlet, like a cup.
Yeah, it's like a leather strap. They call those gauntlets.
Oh, I
Yeah,
always thought a gauntlet was a cup.
I got that from Fossil back in like 2007. I got my butterfly knife.
Got to bring that back. Fossil watches. Going into Macy's and looking at
Macy's.
and looking at all the watches
Here we go. Yeah, I got this strap. Huh?
for it.
Huh?
Is that for your hair or is that
No,
what is
it's
that?
for
Oh, it's
it
a
goes-
bracelet.
Yeah, it goes around. Another gauntlet thing, huh?
Man, if you like leather bracelets,
you're gonna love this one.
You're gonna love the Renaissance
Hey.
Fair.
I do go to the Renaissance.
I
went
can
last
tell.
year. It was great. You got a Zippo
I'm surprised.
lighter,
I'm surprised
huh?
you don't have a chain that has like a dragon holding a rock.
Oh, Mallory's mother did buy me like a Viking necklace that I never wear, but I do appreciate it. Thank you, Penny. It's just
I
not my
love
style.
it.
I got a weird like Kraken ring I never wear anymore.
All
I can
right.
see you rocking this. You want to see if it
All right,
fits?
so here, toss me that because I went through a good year and a half long phase where I wanted to be a chunky ring guy like this.
Yeah.
Like this was something I thought about, like owning, 3 or 4 rings on me at all times,
How
and them
about
all
this?
being huge.
My grandpa gave me this. I never wear it.
The bracelet,
Yeah.
I think that's a good bracelet.
Yeah, it wasn't my style back in the day, but now I think it's I've aged into it.
Yeah, for sure. I think if you'd worn that 10 years ago, people would have called you a dork.
Yeah.
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 They're like, what are you doing, dude? You're fucking 22 and you're over here fucking wearing old man bracelets.
yeah, but I've aged into them.
I think
You
I've
wanna-
aged out of this though.
You want a thick cross. My grandpa also gave me this.
thick cross.
You want a thick cross guy? You
Yeah.
can have a chunky.
I'm
cross,
good.
huh?
I don't really care for religious stuff.
Okay, well, have a seashell. You know who gave me the seashell?
Your wife?
No, Gabby Gutierrez Reed.
Oh. I like it because she's just so youthful that I felt like, like it would feel like when like a 6-year-old gives it to you. Like, look what I found.
Yeah,
you,
she just gotten back from California.
and she brought seashells for
Yeah.
people. That's
And
I
then,
love it.
I don't think I
fucking
put
love
out
it.
that podcast. So,
Oh,
all right, throw me that ring back.
what
Unless you
happened?
want it.
Was it bad
Hey,
episode?
I think it was just never.
Bad recording. You didn't have the cameras for it yet.
Yeah, it just wasn't up to par.
Yeah. How many episodes have you not put out?
About a handful, like six or seven.
6 or 7. Are there any that were because it was just so fucking bad on
Yeah.
the host, on the guest part?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Can we name
I mean,
names?
yes, I guess we might as well. I mean, I did one with
And this is like your least favorite. They're like, I'm not putting this shit
not least
out.
favorite, but it just there were things going on. One person had just recently gotten sober, and I didn't know that, so it was just off throughout the whole podcast, and they didn't tell me till the end.
Yeah, you're like, I'm here trying to do lines, and they're just like,
No, I mean, but they were just yeah, and it was just I couldn't get their energy right, and it was just all over the place. And then at the end, they're like, oh yeah, I've been sober for a couple days now or something. So it was like really, really recent. And I was like, oh okay, this makes sense.
Dude, I've been sober for like
but
a week.
It's not the same thing.
Okay. I
Okay.
guess
I mean, maybe I won't put this up.
Oh,
There's
am I
always a
doing that bad already, guys?
And one I mean, you, Allison Rose.
That was a
with
bad
her.
one?
And, I mean, it was weird.
I love Al.
It started off, yeah, she's great. I thought it'd be a good pod, but I started off being like, oh, is there anything you don't want to talk about? Because that's how I used to do the pods.
Maybe you should start doing that again.
And she got so nervous. She was like, oh my God, what are you going to ask me? Like, what to expect? Blah, blah, blah. So I stopped doing that after that.
funny.
But I mean, that put her so much on edge that I was just, the whole conversation just never really took off. It's usually there's not a whole connection. There's something going on.
Yeah.
I did a couple with Mina Thorkel. I tried to do a couple episodes with her, and it just, it was
Fair.
Just didn't. It didn't click.
I love you, Mina, wherever you are.
Yeah, I love you too. I hope you're doing well. But it just,
Yeah, they just probably weren't in a good spot.
yeah, it just wasn't. I didn't think it was a good representation of this person. And
Well, that's fair. I was hoping you were like talking like, oh no, this guy sucked. He was the fucking worst. He was a fucking
Harris
chode.
Alterman, I've done a couple with him, and he's just hard to pod with.
Huh.
I did a live one with him because I thought he'd be better live. And
Yeah.
I was like basically forced to put that one out.
That's funny. I love it. That's
Harris-
funny. You're naming all these people that I truly enjoy talking to.
I mean, they weren't great. I mean, that one maybe I remember the first one I did, we kind of bitched about a lot of people in the scene, and I was like, we can't put this out.
That's very funny.
I've done like 3 pods with Patrick Scott where we did that, and we're like, we can't put this out.
I like it.
There was like 2 Chupacabras
That's pretty good.
we didn't put out. Dude, we almost made to 100 episodes with that. It was like 98 episodes.
They're still online, right?
Yeah, they're out.
I mean,
Yeah.
we could probably find the time.
He is so against it at this point.
Oh, okay.
He's moved on to his new friends with that one pod.
Well, he started that while we were still together.
Yeah.
Yeah, he cheated.
I didn't
on
know
us.
that at that time.
I did.
Oh,
You didn't
well,
know? I could have sworn I brought it up. I was like, hey.
Well, you were gone all the time, man. You were out. So
you were around.
Andre and I were trying to Patrick and I were trying to make it work. and-
I was working, man.
yeah, I know.
I was a busy
I get
guy.
it. You were doing something. You're trying to support yourself and your family.
Yeah.
But what about us?
Yeah.
Andreas.
What could have been,
Yeah, I did an episode with Jose McCall. I mean, on the Bros,
I was on the Bros.
that we did one with Evan Johnson. I was trying to,
Find other Bros.
find a hole in my heart. Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Replace
I had a
2
nickel
bro-shaped holes in my heart.
for
Couldn't
every
do it.
time I got called Jose.
But yeah, so what we're talking about, fashion. Yeah, we really went off the rails there.
Yeah, it's an episode.
Sorry,
of
yeah,
me.
but I want to get into
Can I
fashion.
do a shameless plug? July 5th, Downtown Comedy Works, New Faces competition. I could use all the friends / fans if that's a thing. Honestly, if you know who I am, you're probably a friend. So, and if I don't know who you are, but you know who I am, I think that's weird. But more than likely, I will be nice to you when you say my name. Yeah. So if you're like, hey, Andreas, I come to see you, I was like, oh, well, fucking hey, thanks, man. So July 5th, Downtown Comedy Works. I would put up other dates at the club, but honestly, every time I get on, I don't know that I'm getting on that night.
And that's how comedy works, brother.
That's how Comedy works, yeah. I really gotta get better about signing up.
No, dude, you just hosted the other night, too.
Yeah, I feel like, yeah, that was fun. That was a good time. I like hosting. I don't like hosting.
You're great
but
at
I
it.
like hosting there. There's a certain aspect of being at that club and getting to bring on a bunch of essentially you're equals, because you all sign up on the same list, but you get just a little bit more responsibility that night, and you get to kind of, they always say like it's your show. That's what they always tell me. It's
Interesting.
your show, which is, I think, a true belief. If there's anyone here listening that hasn't had a chance to host and it feels like they're on the radar for it, it is your show that night.
I feel like that's me.
Yeah.
Elliot Woolsey did come up to me after the show and he was like, "You did really well. You got, you did well,
Yeah.
but you kind of got fucked with the mic drop. I mean, with the check drop, and but I didn't see him doing that to anyone. He may have said that to other people, but I felt good about it.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, I do feel like maybe I've leveled up a little bit. Like after the show we did in Trinidad, this one guy I didn't even know came up to me and was like, "Hey man, that was a good set."
Nice.
So that feels good.
That does feel good.
Yeah.
Enough to keep you going for another 3 years.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's what I need. Yeah, so you've been traveling a lot as a union man. What they got you doing?
I'm an organizer.
Again, doesn't sound like you're in the mob at all.
So I help organize workers who are ready and want to organize. So I don't like force anyone
Like
to organize.
Starbucks.
So if Starbucks calls us, not specifically, not me, obviously, but that, yeah. So an example.
I've been giving people your number.
Well, you could. I'd have to give them to the right people though. After my organizing is very specific.
I'm an organizer.
Industry. That's fun to say. I should say it like that. Yeah. I do think
I connect people. I put people together.
I think if you're looking at me right now, you're like, that guy is the union guy. You're like, well,
he's off the clock right now.
We're a little progressive, I don't think we have anyone with like colored hair or anything, but I think enough of us have nose piercings and stuff now.
I guess if someone doesn't know what a union is, could you give them a little?
Yeah, a union is the workers. So a union is, let's say I'm trying to think of how I explain it to like kids when I have to explain.
Please, yes.
Yeah. I had to explain to Sarah's nephew, I think a few months ago.
Sarah's his girlfriend. Just for any
Sarah's my
listeners who doesn't
girlfriend.
know.
I know I'm acting like you guys all know me, even though most
probably
people
do.
don't, or do. Who knows? But Sarah's nephew asked me, like, I told him what I do. I'm a union organizer, and he said, what is a union? And I was like, well, when you have a job and you like your job, but your job starts kind of treating you bad, and you start feeling like you're being treated bad pretty regularly, and everyone else also feels like they're being treated bad regularly, and they're getting pushed into doing stuff they don't want to do, or getting pushed and getting paid how they don't want to get, paid. If there feels like there's an inequality and everyone kind of agrees to it, they stand together, because it's very easy just to get fired to say, I don't like how you're treating me.
Writers
But if everyone is standing together, it's a lot harder to get rid of everybody, because you can't replace everybody. You can replace one person, sure. You can replace a handful of people, but if everybody stands together, it's very hard to get rid, to start, to fill all those spots.
Yeah.
Especially in the world right now, because most places aren't staffed properly.
Yeah, for sure.
Everyone's running on fumes. And a lot of workers right now are realizing, like, hey, like, they can't replace us all fast enough, because they can't even replace us right now as it is.
Yeah.
So, and if you don't want, if you're someone that owns a company and you don't want a union in your shop, treat your workers better, and you won't need one, technically.
Yeah, for real.
If you're treating your workers well, they won't think to organize. No one that's getting treated well is like, we need a union. It's always because abuse is happening. So treat your workers right, and don't just give them pizza parties. Get them health benefits, get them proper raises, get them tangible ways to get those raises. Don't put things on merit, put things in black and white. Put it on ink.
Yeah, because the job I had before this, working for Schmoncor, audiovisual company, they took advantage of me so much. I mean, like I remember you saying like, oh, the union's there for when the employer doesn't like you anymore.
Yeah.
And like they could really go after you, and there's no one to defend my rights, or and they were really railroading me there. I feel like, because they didn't like me, because I wouldn't let them just take advantage of me. Yeah. And it's just it's just so nice having a union. And I think about you all the time with that. I also think of this Linkin Park lyrics where he talks about. Have you heard this?
Of the machine becomes so odious, makes you so sick at heart that you can't take part. You can't even passively take part. And you've got to put your bodies upon the gears and upon the wheels, upon the levers, upon all the apparatus, and you've got to make it stop.
What album is this?
It's I don't know. This is the only one I have. But I mean, it goes a little farther. He's like, you got to like show them that unless you're free, then the machine will be prevented from working at all. And I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. Like, that's like, I get fired up.
Before you go clock in.
Yeah, I should have fucking listened to that before I went in on those.
But yeah, I mean,
Lost?
Been part of a strike, and I've been done. You know, I've lived it as a member, and now getting to help other people organize. It is nice to do something. You know, like I can't live off of comedy. I'm not that good.
1,000 Suns.
1,000 Suns. That one of their later ones.
Yeah, it wasn't when we were high school.
Because I was like, because I probably stopped listening at Minutes to Midnight. When Minutes to Midnight
2007
came out, I was already kind of done with that
2010.
part kind of music.
I saw them perform it on Saturday Night Live, and I was like, oh shit, this is good. So I got that album.
That's funny. So you didn't listen to Linkin Park before?
No, I mean I heard stuff on the radio, but
you didn't listen to them.
No.
Yeah, I was a Linkin Park kid for sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Listen to a lot.
They got that rage, dude. Well, that one guy's dead now, right?
Yes,
R.I.P.
Chester. Yeah.
So are they still touring or still making music?
See, I stopped listening by that time. So I couldn't tell you. I think they probably they love music, right? They have to be doing something. If they're not performing as Linkin Park, I think they're all probably doing something, whether it be teaching, producing, playing in other bands. Who knows? Hope they're doing good. Linkin Park, if you guys are listening, thank you. Thank you for helping shape my adolescence. Thank you for putting things into words of how I felt that I didn't know how to explain,
They haven't put out an album since 2017.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah, well.
But, thanks, guys.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that album.
Yeah.
I mean, that sticks with me. So that's why I think unions are important.
Because of Linkin Park.
Yeah. Yeah. And you hear they're still doing like union busting shit with like Starbucks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
I mean, as long as unions are around, there'll always be union busters.
Because the companies just want to make the most amount of profits without paying
So
people.
I mean, companies will always do everything they can to make the most money. That's the goal, right?
Mm-hmm,
and that's from at the company level to to the product level. So if it's food, they'll try to make it the cheapest way they can with the cheapest labor they can, and they'll try to sell it to you for the most expensive ways they can, and they'll give you all the worst reasons why.
Dude, I just spent $10 at Chipotle for a quesadilla. Just cheese and a tortilla.
And they didn't even fold it in a way that makes sense. Huh?
I know. They do it like in a fucking square now.
Yeah.
Fuck Chipotle.
Every time
they jump the shark.
I take my kid, that's what he eats. He eats the quesadilla, and now they do it that way. And I always forget that until they do it. And I always mean to tell them, hey. Just make it normal.
Do it the traditional way.
Yeah, I would like a traditional quesadilla.
Don't do it the fucking... Will they do it that way?
I have to assume they would.
Yeah, because
there's so many things they do for you. Why would that be a big deal? Why would that be like the
hill they die on?
Yeah, that they're like, that's against company policy. Well, so's hooking up your friends when they come into the shop, but I don't, see anyone yelling at you about that. So just make the quesadilla, just get a tortilla, fold it in half. That's it.
Yeah.
One fold.
Yeah.
No origami, one fold.
Yeah, well, they don't have a way to heat it up anymore. Or do they put it in that oven?
Do they still have the thing to heat up the tortillas for the burritos, don't they?
Yeah, but I don't think they put the cheese. I mean, I don't know.
I know, but it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
I'm right there with you.
So I'll ask. You know what? Let's go to Chipotle after this.
Okay.
And we're going to go press these guys about why they don't press down the quesadillas in the tortilla press. Easy peasy. We're going to solve this. We're going to solve, lots of things tonight. So. But yeah, I don't know why they fold it. So
should start a union, eh? That's what we'll say. Okay.
Yeah, they'd love that.
Hey, fool.
Dude, I don't know. I think people should organize, but I also think people should only organize if they want to organize. I think everyone should be organized, but I don't think there's ever success in organizing people that don't want to be organized. Because everyone needs to be all in.
Yeah.
Everybody's got to be all in,
Yeah.
That's the only way it really works.
Or you get fucking snitches.
You get snitches, you get company people, you get bootlickers, you get all sorts of problems, and that's fine. But I always tell people, like I said, the company will treat you good until they don't. And the only person that it affects is you when that happens. When the honeymoon's over and they move on to the next new guy that thinks the company's great and it was going to take care of them until their grandma dies on a day that they needed to get production done. And they're like, oh, you sure you can't come in? Or they tell you have to come in or you're in trouble, and they do all this crazy shit and there's no humanity and you're just a fucking cog in the machine. And, and they make you feel that way. But that's the thing about cogs, you do need them. So if you take yourself out of the equation, then they are fucked, And if we all take ourselves out of that equation, they're super fucked.
Throw yourself upon the gears and upon the wheels. Yeah, dude. Fuck the machine.
It's part of life, man, everyone deserves a livable wage.
Hell yeah.
And none of us
run for office.
No one was born.
Could be Mayor Lakewood.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Why not?
I've done and said too many jokes and had them online that
I'll take down the bros.
You would scrub for me?
I would put them behind a paywall.
Oh. So I'll know somebody paid $9.99 to cancel me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sick.
Yeah.
So I never want to be a face.
It wasn't really anything you said. It's more Patrick.
It's definitely my affiliations that would get me in trouble for sure.
Because these two guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah. So you'll never see me be any sort of political figure. I do believe in the movement, but don't believe in myself.
Oh, I'd say never say never. I could see you doing it.
I'd never want to.
Yeah, but that's why you'd be a good leader.
Blech,
Have you never read any fantasy book?
Yeah. That's a fantasy, JD. That's the thing.
That's a trope in fantasy.
Yeah. And there's a reason why. It's because it's some jerk off that doesn't know actually how to talk to people, writing a book about what if I didn't want it,
Interesting.
I think all books are written by jerk offs.
Okay. Thank you.
I didn't know you wrote a book.
I'm working on it.
Oh, okay.
Well, I was thinking about writing a book, but then I was like, no, radio play. It's more my wheelhouse.
You just want to be like a DJ?
No. Well, I think radio play has a better chance of becoming made into something else.
Dude, nobody listens to the radio anymore.
People love podcasts. People love audiobooks. There's never been bigger.
You want to get picked up by Amazon?
I'd love to get, sure.
Do an Amazon book radio play? Because I think...
I would do it. Like the way they're doing The Sandman.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Like the comic?
Yeah. They're doing like a dramatic, radio play versions of all of them. Dude, they're great. You should listen.
I will.
Yeah.
What's it on?
It's on Audible.
Okay. I'll think about it.
Okay.
Probably not, but...
Well, okay then.
A radio play. You could just do that today if you wanted to.
Well, you gotta have
What's
a
it about?
story. Okay.
What's the story?
You're gonna be actually the first person I think I've described it.
And everyone else is gonna be the second. Check it out, guys. You ready for this one?
Okay, so it has to do with Casa Bonita and the guys the guys who bought it.
All right.
Okay. So they only bought
Trey
it.
and Matt?
Yeah.
Okay.
They only bought it because they want to become part of the Denver Illuminati.
You think Casa Bonita? Okay, in the play,
Yeah.
Casa Bonita is the epicenter of the.
It's on a ley line between it's like a spiritual portal. It's got power.
Is it through the fucking cliff? If you
maybe it's in Black Bart's cave. I don't know yet.
Okay.
I'm still working.
I really like the idea that
it's built on an ancient Indian burial.
You get in there by diving into the
water. That's great. Yeah.
And you keep swimming down.
Yeah. Okay, it's still my idea though. Okay, I'm going to use that, but
okay, sick.
Okay, but there's the Denver Illuminati. I mean, John Elway is like the Palpatine.
Okay.
Like the emperor of it.
Yeah.
And so they want to get in on it. And they're like, okay, you got to buy Casa Bonita because we need it because there are lizard people under DIA.
Can't do that.
Okay. No, that's what why not? Because it's kind of racist.
It's super racist. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I heard that recently, actually. I'm too deep into the game to change it now.
Nope. No.
What if I made them weasel people?
Chameleon people, any other people except lizard people, I think is
lizard?
fine. You can't.
Well, if they're goblins,
goblins. Well, but that's so fantasy medieval. It's kind of lame.
I love fantasy. Anyway, okay, we're gonna call them lizard people as a stand-in for right now. Okay.
Well, now I can't wait to listen to this episode.
There's no anti-Semitic. I don't mean anything anti-Semitic by it.
Well, I don't think
these are intergalactic beings. Okay.
99% of people that use the term don't mean it.
Okay, well then
I think
good.
I think it got lost in the mix, but it's just I'd rather just be fuck it. If I find out, I'm all right, cool. Wash my hands.
Well, you're not invested in it like I am. Okay, I'm
In calling-
writing a play.
And having lizard
A radio
people still be a thing. Okay. All you.
I don't know what else could work. Okay, there's
Any
some
other people.
intergalactic beings. Okay,
Okay.
that live under DIA. Okay, that the Denver Illuminati worship. They kill people
Yeah.
and blood sacrifices.
I guess
to
technically
keep them
because
rich.
the running bit for the Illuminati and DIA has always been
Yes, has always been lizard people. Okay.
You know what? In that case, because that's how I always remember. That's how I knew it, and I can't fathom that the DIA lizard people and the slur lizard people are the same lizard people.
Yes, these are
I think-
different lizard people.
Yeah, I think they come from two different realms, and I guess that would be
Wouldn't
fine.
it be hilarious if this comes back 20 years from now? They're like, he wouldn't stop saying lizard people.
yeah, hard L.
You don't want to let this guy be the mayor.
Yeah.
He would never say lizard people. All right, so the Denver Illuminati sacrifices stuff to these lizard people so that they could, because they think it's what keeps them rich, right?
Okay.
But what really the lizard people are trying to rip open a portal, intergalactic portal, let more lizard people in so they'll take over the world.
All right.
Or AKA intergalactic transplants. Okay.
I thought that was
So
gonna
the whole
stand for
thing with-
something. I
that's
thought it was
going
gonna be an acronym for a second.
Okay. Well, the whole thing about, Denver going up in population, everything has been the lizard people trying to bring more souls into Denver so they can sacrifice them to do this thing. So it's been a whole conspiracy. Okay. And, Trey, Pat, and Matt want to be part of that. So they, that's what, and then there's a group of Scoobies, a podcaster, and his buddy, who's like more of a journalist, news podcaster guy, conspiracy theory lady, and
Classic.
yeah. So then they uncover this because they're like going out and doing because my character, the character that's I'm kind of based off, just wants to get famous. So he's trying to do any kind of podcast he can to be famous. He thinks the next thing's going to be like journalist,
Yeah.
true crime shit. So him and the journalist guy are going out interviewing homeless people, and they keep getting all this stuff about there's lizard people at DIA, you can see them, or just walking around more. It's more flippant and stuff just being more obvious. And so that's how they start to kind of uncover this thing. That's what I got so far.
How about instead of souls, it's bodies, just the classic, worm type earth things taking over human bodies and using them as hosts. And that's why they've picked Denver specifically, because the population keeps growing large enough and the airport allows them to travel to other parts of the world fairly easily to continue.
Interesting. I think it's kind of Ghostbusters meets something else,
Airplane.
kind of.
Yeah. Con Air.
Shirley. Don't call me Shirley.
I was like when he says, what do you say? Like a midget at a urinal. I knew I had to be on my toes.
He said the hard M.
Yeah. That's what he said. He was 30 years old. I think
somebody
yeah.
said, someone else said it, so it's okay.
All right. Okay. I see what you're doing. But I think you're better. I'm better off right now.
Okay. We'll see. Time will tell.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Everything we do is a gamble nowadays. So it's
Pretty
all right.
much, yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's been my idea so far, and I think it would be a nice little radio play.
I think I'd have to help you with it for me to be
The story.
invested to check it out.
So you wouldn't listen.
I would do a voice. I would do a character.
Yeah,
for
and
you.
I want to get a bunch
Every
of
Denver comic, classic,
some Denver people.
classic
to be
Denver
involved.
comedy trope. Let's
And
get
I was
everybody
thinking-
involved in this production, and then have something go bad.
Well, not everybody, but
Mostly everybody.
people I like.
Yeah.
And which is not everybody. Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, get some Denver celebrities to be in it. Nathaniel Rateliff, things like that.
Oh, that kind of be cool.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I gotta put it out there.
Yeah, why not? Put it out. Yeah, I like it. Okay. All right. That would be kind of actually it'd be cooler if you did.
I
get
want
a bunch of-
Mutiny to be our hub. That's where we go, and Jim is
Classic.
our Jim, that one of the owners of Mutiny, is our Gandalf.
I haven't seen him there in a minute. But I also haven't
I
been
saw him
in a
there
minute.
a couple Tuesdays ago.
All right. Yeah, that's usually when I see him.
He's doing well.
I was like, he's like, hey, buddy. Oh, hey.
Yeah, that's Jim.
That's my Jim impression.
But yeah. So anyway, if you know, you know. I mean, it's a lot of Denver-based stuff, but I mean, I'm a Denver-based podcast, so I think I'm
Yeah.
fulfilling my niche.
This is technically Lakewood, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, Casa Bonita is part of Lakewood.
It's true. You got me there. Fair enough. Sorry, I denied you.
It's okay. You didn't deny me, buddy. I feel good. Feel good?
About your podcast? Yeah.
Just in general about stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you liking the union work?
I do. I love it. Like I said, like if I'm not going to be doing stand up, I think, if you're not able to do what you love all the time, whatever pays the bills should be something that doesn't make you want to die,
Yeah.
because it's usually at least 40 hours.
Yeah.
It's 40 hours of your life where you're not getting to live your life. And I'm very fortunate that what I do for those 40 hours plus is something I think is important.
Yeah, fulfilled. You seem fulfilled.
Yeah, like that part
That's
is
important.
That part is nice.
Yeah, people keep telling me like what I do is important, but I'd rather not do it.
I mean, you could stop podcasting whenever you want.
No,
man.
I mean I'm talking about my day job.
You drive the elderly
Handicapped, disabled,
and
elderly. I mean,
elderly. Yeah. People need to get places, and
yeah,
everybody.
it's a public service.
It is very much a public service.
I was trying to think of a joke where I'm like, so I have a job where I help the handicapped and disabled, but I only do that so you don't think I'm vain.
I think I'm laughing because I don't think it'll go well.
But I think that's a good opener. Like,
Yeah.
hey, I don't do this all the time.
I think the picture it paints of you is not one you would want to double down. I don't think it's in your nature to continue that path and be that character for that long.
Like a guy
for the set,
like somebody who's not likable.
Yeah. I think you like being liked.
Do you think I come off as likable on stage?
I think you come off as you want to be liked.
Okay, that is something different. Yeah.
I think I just know I've known you long enough, because I can tell when you're comfortable up there, and I can tell when you're working. So
that's
I guess you got to find how to be comfortable all the time.
I think that's impossible.
Everyone's
you're not comfortable all the time.
On stage.
You're comfortable all the time
on stage, more often than not.
Sure,
yeah,
but not. I mean, all the time is impossible.
When you're not, that's when you bomb, though. And when you're not, even if you're not bombing, though, if you're not most of the time, if you're not comfortable, like you just don't. It's not as good. It's never as good for anyone.
Mm-hmm.
There's a difference between autopilot. Sure, that's one thing. But even then, if you're comfortable in autopilot, it's fine. But if you're in autopilot, just going through the motions, and you're not comfortable, what a long day, No. Like those are the days I hope I can disassociate and just forget that it ever happened. It's like, oh, I did that. Oh, I don't remember.
Has your girlfriend ever seen you bomb?
Yes, the first time I went up.
Oh, okay.
It was COVID, and it was my first show since COVID. I went out. My mom decided out of nowhere that she wanted to see me as well that night.
Okay,
she heard I was
that's
back.
a lot of pressure.
So and it was all last minute in that way. So so Sarah meets my mom. Sarah sees me do stand up for the first time, same night.
Did you have a hard time getting an erection after that?
No, I had it the whole time. Carried it on me the whole set, like I do.
I was thinking like Pete Holmes talks
Like
about men achieve an erection, and like they're doing.
I think I have
the
bombed hard enough
that you don't feel good
where I was like, I don't deserve sex. Please don't offer me.
Please don't offer me, ladies. I don't deserve it.
I don't deserve it tonight. Like I can't, in good conscience, have ejaculate. I think I have bombed that hard before, where I was like, nobody touched me, nobody talked to me, nobody even tried to make me feel good in other ways of life. Like, don't bother.
All right,
I'm inconsolable.
Don't bother.
Like, just leave me for dead, please.
Yeah,
I think that's how a bomb feels.
There's a guy on the show last night who felt that way after his set, which I didn't think he did bad.
I thought you did great, man.
Well, yeah, that wasn't me. Wasn't me.
Can we name names, or was it an unknown? Or
it was Corey Stevens.
Oh,
he felt bad, and I was like, "Dude, you did fine." Yeah. But he just kept going. Nah, don't talk to me.
But I get it. I do know that feeling. I love Corey. I think Corey's great. But,
I thought it was good.
Yeah. But I also know Corey's material can be very what's the word? Divisive.
Sure. And I think he's just used to getting such big reactions, because I've seen him fucking.
Oh yeah, I've seen him murder.
Shit. So
but then I've also seen people and stay that way the whole time.
But I mean, there was only 20 people there, so he wasn't gonna. I mean, even if they were all giving it their all, he still wasn't gonna get that same reaction.
Yeah. Well, sorry, Core, but he'll be fine.
It was great. Yeah,
he'll walk it off.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
He went to a mic right after.
Yeah. He's another cool union dude.
Oh yeah, he is.
He wants to organize.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I thought. Yeah. But that's like his business. So don't want no people watching this. Maybe that work with him and then snitch on him. And then
he's not.
He's
so
out of
fine.
a job.
He's not. So it's fine.
He's not what?
He's not organizing.
Oh, that didn't go through?
They're not organized. So yeah, it's like, I think that'd be weird for people to get in trouble for like liking stuff. Like that's like
People get fired because they try to start a union?
for trying to, yeah. But if you just like the idea of it, like that's like getting fired for being a Chargers fan. Like that would be egregious.
Chargers. Is that football?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, like, all right, this is Broncos country and you're a fucking Chargers. Like, all right, who cares, dude? Like, what would I know? But yeah, I think comfort on stage is so important. And if you're not, people feel it.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I'm mostly comfortable.
Yeah.
I'm definitely less comfortable on Comedy Works stage just because I don't get up there enough.
Nobody does.
I know.
So just,
I mean, you're getting more. You feel better? You feel good about it?
I feel normal there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think the only jitters I get now there is just being consistent and getting new notes. Like, like I feel like getting the same note every single time probably gets old for everyone, because that means you're not listening and you're not breaking through to them.
Yeah, because the
It's
people who
both
run
sides,
the show will give notes.
Because sometimes you'll get a note and then you do it better the next time. You do the exact same thing but better, and they're like, I see what you're going for now, or sometimes you do it and they're like, I see what you're going for, you don't have that. And figure that out before you try that again with us.
Sure.
So just listen to your notes, and and like I think anytime I've gotten the same note twice or gotten a note that I didn't think I deserved, that does fucking hurt. But you get the night to bitch about it, and then the next day you work on it. Like, I think that's a fair, assessment of how to handle your notes.
It's interesting. And I wanted to try and bring a little more value to the podcast by trying to give some comedy advice now,
Don't take any of mine. That's the first.
Well,
first advice is don't take my advice. If I'm next to you at a show, we're at the same level then. You don't need my advice.
I don't know about that.
I think that's what I always say,
Sure, but that doesn't mean you're right.
Sure. Again, don't take my advice.
Yeah. There's no because I've been watching all these videos on how to add more value or really so your YouTube channel will take off, and a lot of it's you find a niche and you try and fill it.
Sure.
So it's you Google how to do something in your vein and then you start answering those questions with your videos.
Yeah.
So it's so they're just put in how to blah 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 blank with your whatever desired thing you're trying to get into.
Yeah.
How to fly fish or blah 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 whatever, and just put stand up comedy how to, and it's just a start.
How to start.
So let's do that one.
Fuck that.
How to start comedy. How would you suggest to somebody
me.
how to start comedy?
No, I'm just kidding. How to start comedy?
Yeah.
Just go do.
I mean, you didn't just go do. You went to class.
So yeah. So I mean, in all fairness, I took that class as a theater credit.
Okay.
And I just
in college,
community college. Let's be real.
Still college.
I took it as a theater credit because it sounded like the most fun. I had a friend who had taken it the semester before, and I went to his show. I went to go support my friend. He had a graduating class show.
Cal Berman?
No. Actually, no. My friend Chris. And I saw him there, and somebody else taught it that semester. And they did it, I think, at the Deer Pile.
Not Chuck Roy.
Not Chuck. Somebody else had done it that semester, and he was the star pupil that semester, and he got to close it out. And I was like, oh, that looks like a lot of fun. It did, what a fun little, way to get your theater credit versus going to fucking watch plays and going and learning how to
I did that,
be a stagehand or whatever.
Be a stagehand?
Yeah, I don't know.
There are different things. Yeah.
Yeah, everything I read that was the theater credits all sounded like they sucked, except for the stand-up one. That's the one that actually sounded fun to me.
Sure.
And also the least amount of work. And then, I did it and I had a lot of fun, and I got a notebook and I started writing my notebook like they told me to, and I would write all the time, and I really enjoyed it, and I really enjoyed performing my work, my jokes, and that whole concept of it. And then Kyle and Chuck both kind of realized oh, this guy really likes this. And he, I don't even think they thought I was great. I just think they realized I did care for it, and then that's what got them to push me to go out and do it for real.
Yeah. And do it for real.
Was the fact that I enjoyed it.
Right.
Because I think there's a lot of people that do it and they start, but they don't like it. They don't love it. They don't oh, this is fun,
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I bombed. But I also that was the only time in my life I've ever done something not well you know, I biffed it. I ate it at that mic. But it was the first time in my life that I did something, sucked at it, and thought, I sucked at this, but I know I can get good at it.
Oh,
Like,
interesting.
It felt like something that anyone could learn how to do. Because I think
You
anyone
didn't
could
feel
be-
that about anything else in life?
Never.
Pooping,
Never. Pooping,
walking,
skateboarding,
eating.
collecting cards, you know, music, anything. Nothing in my life has ever been something that I was
ever
never
play
good at
sport?
anything. Sports, nothing. Yeah, I played sports. Never thought I can get better at this. I can get good at this. It's always been kind of dead end. Like I suck at this. I'm always going to suck at this. There's, you know, I'll never get good enough to be like excited about it. Except
For
for
like
stand-up.
coaches or anything, there's no one like encouraging you that way, or you
No,
just didn't feel that?
I just never felt it. And if they did
Okay.
encourage me, it was one year out the other. I just personally never
Yeah,
felt it.
didn't give it.
And then I sucked at stand up and I was like, oh no, I sucked at this. I did suck at this. There's no way to deny it. However, I think I could get pretty good at
Interesting.
this.
You saw a path.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. It wasn't very clear, but yeah, I was like,
So if you don't feel that, don't do comedy.
no, I no, definitely not. Still do comedy because anyone can learn that.
You think?
Yeah.
You
If
think
I can learn
people
how to
can
do
learn
stand-up,
comedy.
If I can learn how to do
No,
stand up,
dude, I think you're cutting yourself way short, dude.
No.
Some people don't know how to tell a joke.
Sure, but they can learn. Some people don't know how to read a room, but they can learn. All these things are skills.
Read a room is a
Yeah.
skill. How is reading a room a skill?
Reading a room? How's that
Yeah.
not a skill?
Because I can't.
You're not going to do dark material on
Because I
on a
learned
night
it.
that doesn't need dark material, you know?
Like with a school shooting or something.
Yeah.
That happens so often.
Sure. Read the fucking room. And by read the room, I don't mean like just cold. I never read cold. I watch. I watch what other people are doing and I see what's working and what's not. And that helps me read the room. I don't just go up there and cold and like, oh, I guess I'll start trying to figure you guys out. No, like I start figuring people out from the moment I walk into a building, you know? Like, what are we dealing with here? Is there 12 people and they're all scattered, or is there 12 people and they're all sitting with each other? Do they all know each other? Like, you know, is this a weird office party thing? Or are these really just 20, 30 people that came to see a show tonight, you know? Like, just fucking think. Just fucking think. Just look into it. Think about it, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Read a room.
Read a room. Learn how to. You can learn. Everyone can learn.
Interesting.
Learn to break down a room. Learn to make eye contact. Learn when not to make eye contact, you know?
Yeah.
Learn to do crowd work. Because I was not a natural. Had to learn that.
Yeah, but that's like I feel like that's like a big thing of what you do on stage.
I got away from that because at the end of the day, I don't like those videos. I don't like those crowd work videos everyone puts out.
Sure.
Those viral, you know, that's
You don't think you could do it better?
I know I do it better.
Then why?
Because that's not what I want to do. That's not how I want to do things. That's not what I think comedy should be. I think it's great for comedy to be in the moment, but recording the moment and then putting it out like that, that's not, you know, it's all forced. It's synthetic.
Yeah, I saw Sam Talent's special recently. It's on Amazon. You should check it out.
I saw it in theaters.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I didn't think it captured what he does well.
I think it
'Cause he's
captured it
so
as
in
best
the-
as it could.
Sure, but it also didn't translate the best.
I get, yeah, maybe being
Because he's such a live guy in the
yeah.
moment. I'm like, these are the jokes he put on his special?
yeah. Well, it wasn't
Fuck
a
my big
special,
old
though.
ass. Is
It
the,
was. He always described it, I remember, as like a skateboarding video, which I thought was a perfect example of what it was. And that's exactly what they were going for. And I think that's what they accomplished.
Sure. Okay.
You know?
So they're not calling it a comedy special.
I think he does call it a comedy special, but I would say if you are a Sam Talent fan, I think it's a very great special and you enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm not
Now,
trying to disparage it. I mean, it's great.
If it's
I'm
the
not
first time you've ever seen Sam, if that's your first interpretation of him, you will be a little confused. You're like, what are we watching here?
Yeah, it just wasn't.
But also, I think if that's the case, you're probably not a big stand-up fan to begin with.
Yeah.
You know, so you will be lost.
Well, I mean, comparing him to like Tom Segura or Bill Burr,
Sure.
you know what those guys are doing
Yeah.
on stage in their specials?
yeah,
I'm just trying to think of other people that, you know, or that are talking.
Kreischer, yeah.
Do joke. Well, I'm thinking good joke writers. I love Segura.
yeah.
I'm not a big Bert Kreischer fan.
Fine.
Not saying I won't be on your podcast. I'll take off my shirt on Red Rocks, dude.
Yeah. I've taken it off.
But
at
like
Red Rocks
Mark
before.
Norman, Joe List, I mean, these guys are
Yeah.
putting out great joke specials.
Yeah.
And so I guess that's what I would want to do that. So to see Sam's thing, I was just like,
Oh.
and it didn't even capture what he does because he's such a great live performer.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I'm not trying, I feel like I'm shitting on it, but I'm not trying to shit on your special, Sam. I'm just saying like, that's not, I don't know. It wasn't a good representation of him, I thought.
Like you wanted it to be more.
Yeah, I wanted it to be like more.
You got to
jokes.
remember, the world
Wanted to be
ended during that.
the COVID thing. So,
Yeah.
So what? His jokes couldn't be good.
Well, I mean, like it could have been.
He couldn't have
I
good
think
jokes.
I think it was supposed to be different. I don't think it was supposed to, the way they what happened. You know, I just don't believe that I don't believe the end product that we got was the end product that was intended.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, I feel like like I said, I don't think anything bad about his special. I think it was great that he did it. You know, I think it's.
I mean,
cool
you're the one
he-
that can fix this in post. You can take out all the weird stuff.
Yeah, I don't
you
want to
know.
have to edit.
You can take your foot out of your mouth whenever you're ready.
I'm just saying again. I don't think what he does live is so good, and it didn't translate to that special to me.
I see. I mean, I get it.
And you know, so and it wasn't like they weren't like groundbreaking jokes or anything. So it was like
I think it's because you've heard them.
I know I hadn't heard that. Fuck my big old ass.
Seriously?
No.
Oh, I guess I was got a good kick out of that one. But also, I've seen it live.
Yeah, you see it live.
I was there in the moment with it. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, he's a silly fun boy. You know.
Yeah.
So because I'm looking for I also want it to be clever. You know, I want clever jokes. I guess.
How's that not? Could you write that?
Fuck my big old ass
Yeah.
as a punchline.
Yeah.
So
Playing
like, I have a catchphrase.
it's tongue in cheek. You know, he's poking
Sure.
fun at the concept.
Sure.
It's not like that's really his catchphrase.
Kind of is though now.
No, it's not on a T-shirt.
It's on a special.
I think
He could put that on a T-shirt.
anyone in their right mind isn't gonna, that's a fan, isn't gonna walk up to Sam and be
They
like,
would buy a fuck my big old ass T-shirt.
sure.
Yes, they would.
I don't know. I guess he maybe he might be down to make it. Well, I'll pitch it to him.
When you gonna talk to him?
I'll send him a message.
Hey, we were shitting on your.
What do you mean we? I was defending it. But yeah. I think you know what? Maybe I'll just make one.
I would love to have Sam back on the pod.
I'm gonna make a fuck my big ol' ass shirt.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Then he can sue you,
Yeah, perfect. It all works out.
and then you'll have to take him on one of your Vegas trips and see what happens.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for being on, man. I appreciate you taking the time.
Is that what we're ending on? All right. Well, fuck my big ol' ass then.
I mean, that'd probably be a good title for the pod?
I don't remember what I was gonna say. Oh, I was gonna be about the hugging thing. I was like,
Oh, I hugged you
Yeah,
when you got
yeah.
here, and you're not a hugger.
not a hugger.
Yeah.
But I'll hug you. We hugged.
I mean, I hugged you. I wouldn't say
That's
you
true.
hugged
You
me.
did. You did grab me before I could even think.
Yeah, I put you in a big.
You didn't even give me an
jiu-jitsu
option
lock.
to. Yeah. You didn't ask.
No,
You're just like,
I
oh,
didn't.
we can do this.
Yeah,
And I didn't stop
because
you.
we're chupacabras.
I didn't stop you. You're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
You're right. I feel like you just gaslit me, but whatever.
You didn't stop me, bro.
Yeah,
So you must have liked it.
Yeah. I was like, did I
I
like
hugged you
it?
and you loved it.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I guess I did. Oh, all right. well, yeah, I was fine with it.
Well, okay,
Surprised, but fine. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Could you call that surprised but fine?
good. The title of this episode.
I think that's pretty good.
We'll see. Yeah, I might call it Union Man.
But I'm so much more than that. I'm more complex.
Sure,
you
but
know?
that's what this podcast
I'm
was.
not just all about the workers, which I am all about the workers.
Well, fuck your big old ass
Yeah. All right. Good night, everybody.
then.
All right, July 5th. Comedy Works,
Be
please.
excellent to each other.
All right. Suck to who now?
I said be excellent to
Be
each other.
excellent to each other. Yep.
Yep.
Suck each other off or whatever JD said.
Yeah, appreciate you coming down.